Good morning everyone. As you can tell probably from my hair, we've had the window open on the whole drive this morning because once again the air conditioning in my car has failed. Anyway, I'll fix that up in a minute. Like I mentioned in the previous vlog, this weekend we are starting off with going and supporting my friend's business that they just started, a sandwich business, like a little restaurant type thing. So I think we've just found a parking space and we're going to go down and check it out. We're here. There's Johnny. He's busy at work. And there's all the stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so busy, guys. Oh, let's look at the merch. Oh, nice. No, what is this drip bag thing? Oops. I don't understand what this is. Hot honey. Oh my gosh. They have hot honey. Oh look. That's cute. And this is even cuter. Look at this. Oh. Very nice. Alright, we got our food. Let's see mousses. These look massive. Oh. Oh, and I got a shirt, guys. I got a little San shirt. Now, look, I can't believe I didn't realize I could get the chili one. No. No, wait, we can do half and half. Wait. Yeah. Wait, hang on, I'll do this properly. Alright, wait, this is so big. That's massive. Oh my gosh, wait. Look how big this is. Oh my gosh. That looks great. So I just tried the original schnitzel. Now I'm going to try, as you can tell, the chili schnitzel. Look at all the orange balloons. That was actually so good. Bye bye, Sansan. Back home, and I'm just in my little book nook area. Oops. I'm going to spend the rest of the day. I'm literally just actively choosing to be lazy today. I'm going to spend the rest of the day reading my book. I may or may not leave at some point relatively soon to go buy some ice cream before Lent starts, because as you know, I've committed to giving up sweets during that time. But anyway, speaking of Lent, I also want to read this before church tomorrow morning, and I just want to see, like, get the vibe of how this is all laid out. But yeah, that's my Saturday. All right, well, it is very hot because, like I mentioned, the air conditioning in the car has stopped working, but I'm wearing, I don't think you can really see, I'm wearing my friend's merch top from today's ventures. His restaurant, by the way, truly, I am not just saying this because it's my friend's shop, but the sandwich I ordered was fantastic. I also did try Musa's sandwich. So we basically got the same thing, but because it was so hot, I got mine without the chili sauce, and I actually preferred mine. The chili sauce that they used almost had like a barbecue flavor to it, which is not my cup of tea. Like, I'm not really a fan of like the whole barbecue, you know, rib flavor and all of that sort of thing. Not that I eat ribs, but anyway, so it was great. Mabruk to my friend. It was honestly so good. I went home, chilled out for a bit. I jumped straight in the shower after being in the car all the way back, like there and back without the air conditioning. I have now brought with me my little electronic fan because, excuse me, it was just so hot without the air conditioning. Anyway, I've just come to the grocery store and I've gone to have a little bit of a sweet treat for the weekend. I've bought a few things. I've just got some crisps, some sweets. I've got my fruit. I absolutely love strawberries and chocolate. It's one of my favorite desserts. The thing is, I've just realized, I don't know how I didn't know this, cocoa has caffeine in it. And so in my attempts to give up caffeine, I also now have to give up chocolate. So the only chocolate I can eat is white chocolate because it doesn't have, it's essentially not really chocolate. And so it doesn't have cocoa, and so it doesn't have caffeine in it. So anyway, I got myself a few things. I cannot drive with you, so I'll just turn you off. Thank you very much. I am going to head home now. I'm actually going to have a strawberry before I head home because I have such a sweet tooth at the moment. But I also wanted to bring up with you all, I started watching Outlander. I don't know how long ago now, a week maybe ago or more, just over a week. Everyone that I know has been telling me to watch Outlander, and I can totally appreciate why. I do find it a little bit triggering though. There are a few scenes where I'm kind of like, oh, and it's really uncomfortable for me. And I really would like to think that one day that will get better, but it doesn't. Anyway, at least it hasn't yet, but I am enjoying the show. So I am going to hopefully go home, and with all my sweet treats, I am going to have a little bit of a nice chill weekend. Enjoy the last bits of junk before Lent, because I am going to give it up during Lent. I'm committed to giving up sweets. So basically all sugar in junk food. So I'm not going to give up fruit or honey. But I wouldn't have given up natural sugar like in my tea either, but I've just coincidentally given that up prior to Lent. But I no ice cream, no cake, no donuts, no, you name it. Like literally, unless it's natural, I'm not having it during Lent. That's my promise for Lent. So I'm going to have a bit of it now, and this will probably be it, because there's really not much of a point in having any of it in the house when Lent is happening, because you don't want to be tempted. So I'm not buying anything else from here on out. So put that away. I'm going to have my white chocolate and, excuse me for a second, strawberry if I can get one out, and then I'm going to head home. Good night, duckies. Yes, my loves. Time to go to bed. In you go. Good night, my babies.
CIA softball team.
In position.
Try not to shoot the guy, huh?
You want to pick up the tab for us, mini bar too?
Yeah, get a receipt. I'm sure Langley will reimburse.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm looking very fresh-faced this morning because thankfully, my, I'll turn the air conditioning down. Well, not that it's air conditioning, it's really just a fan at the moment. I'll turn it down in case it's affecting the audio. This morning when I looked in the mirror, I went, do you know what? I am almost convinced at this point that well, at least I think I'm convinced I've found the cure for what was giving me such bad hormonal acne. I am 2 weeks as of Friday, so 2 days ago, no caffeine. And I am today 6 weeks no sugar. Now, as you'll know that even when I cut no sugar out of my tea, sorry, not no sugar in general, that's for Lent. But that, as you'll know, I mentioned that cutting out of the sugar out of my tea didn't change anything. And I mean, naturally, I wouldn't expect it to when I'm still consuming sugar and everything else. As in, I wouldn't expect it to be that specifically if I'm still getting sugar from other things. I wouldn't really notice much of a change, I suppose. But I have noticed from the caffeine. And so, like, I of course appreciate that it'll take time for the little, what do you call the hyperpigmentation, I think, like basically the scarring essentially that I've got at the moment to go down and heal itself. But I cannot tell you how long it's been since I've gone to wash my face in the morning and not felt bumps. Like, anybody who's been on a journey with their acne will know that you're so accustomed to being in pain when you wash your face because you're hitting all these bumps, but you have to do it. And yet, today, I've gone to wash my face and I'm like, oh my gosh, wow, I feel so much better. So I'm not 1,000% calling the caffeine, because I realize that seems like a huge coincidence when it's only been 2 weeks. But at the moment, it's really looking like it. So as always, I will keep you up to date. But I am on my way to church. I felt that seeing as I was so confident in my skin this morning, I wasn't going to put any makeup on, and I was just going to enjoy my Sunday makeup free, including like concealer, which is what I'm normally putting on. Actually, my poetry competition that I just did, that was the first time I'd put on a full face of makeup in I don't know how long, because I've just gotten so comfortable with just spot concealing, just covering up the acne, putting on a bit of lip gloss and calling it a day. I guess, you know, anything that makes life a little bit easier. Speaking of easier, I put that clear gel on that I showed you all the other day, and I don't know how much you can tell, but it's already chipping. I was just as good just putting the normal clear nail polish on, and not bothering with this one. Now it's going to take me an hour just to remove it all, because gel takes so much more time to remove than normal nail polish. Anyway, so anything else I wanted to update you on? I watched a movie with my dad last night called The Union, which I wasn't a huge fan of. I'm a bit fussy with movies and shows, unless they're like period films. I'm not really that into them. It's just my thing. A lot of people I'm sure feel the same way. I just enjoy watching films or shows or even reading books that are set in a previous time. But anyway, I am, like I have mentioned for I think the third time, on my way to church. I am not going to be filming every time I go to church. I do think that some days at the weekends there is at least one day where I like to not vlog, and I think perhaps Sunday is the day for that. But however, if I fancy vlogging, I'll vlog, but I don't think I'm always going to vlog when I'm going to church, because I think sometimes that makes it feel a little bit more, I don't know, like work as opposed to just the weekend. I don't know, I could be overthinking it, so I'll just play it by ear depending upon how I feel. But anyway, so that's your morning rant. I'm so sorry, I'm such a yapper, but I am on my way to church. I've got my Bible and my Lenten program, so we'll see how this morning's homily goes. Every time I go to church, I feel so like, I don't know what it is. First of all, I walk out feeling so much more in love with being a Christian. I cannot explain to you. But anyway, today's homily, that's my favorite part. It's honestly my favorite part. And today's homily was about essentially my goal. One of my goals for the year, my main goal, was respond, don't react. And it's basically talking about how Jesus references, being kind when we try to respond to people, whether it be for the purpose of correcting, whether it be for the purpose of guidance, whatever it may be. And so that was really beautiful, like this emphasis on being kind regardless. I am so in love and proud of being a Christian when it comes to the notion love thy neighbor, because I really, really value the intensity behind such a teaching. So it was just, look, overall really, really nice. I really, really enjoyed it, and I love being the peace, being at calm and peace when it comes to the idea of someone can wrong you, and of course you have your boundaries regardless, but you still have that Christian approach of forgiveness and peace and love above all else, and that carries you through life with such a peaceful, I'm sorry to keep repeating that word, but such a I don't know what to say other than that word, but such a whole and homely manner. Basically, I feel a sense of power in my life that I feel like nothing else can give me. That giving over to the notion of just respond, don't react, love everyone as you would yourself, just gives me this empowerment of peace. And it is so incredibly valuable. It's like, I feel like it's a power that we should all be reaching for more than any other type of power, that peace when it comes to just wanting the best for everyone and understanding that, everyone's intentions was most likely well-founded, and therefore we should always respond with kindness. Anyway, I don't want to repeat the entire homily, but it put me in a really good mood. I am going to head home. However, I want to drive past one of the churches I had thought about coming to before I picked this one. And I know I mentioned at the start that I was going to trial different churches, but I just fell in love with this one so much that I never did. And so this is my third week coming here, and I'm so happy. I do want to drive past though the other church. The other church I didn't go to was purely because it was Anglican. Now, I went to an Anglican primary school and I loved going to church at that primary school. Absolutely loved it. It was beautiful. But I always felt a little bit out of place purely because I was raised Catholic. And so I didn't know how to do things in that slightly different manner. And so when I decided to go back on this journey a second time and start going back to church on my own accord rather than, going with family, I wanted to make sure that this time everything that we did was in accordance with the way I just knew and I felt comfortable. So Anyway, I want to drive past that one nonetheless. I just want to have a look at it because it's so beautiful and historical. And then I shall head home for my weekend Irish breakfast. Look at the way she looks up for it. Are you gonna fly up for the tomato? She is.
Come on.
She's thinking about it.
Come on.
She she wants the tomato. Oh god, kitties.
Right, she gobbles them up.
She's gonna steal it. Oh, Saoirse! You are so cheeky. Oh. Good morning, everyone. That's one egg from Saoirse. Pocket. Oh, this is tiny. Oh my goodness, this is so small. I'm not sure. That's probably Saoirse's as well, actually. Good morning, everyone. Time to read. Just in the middle of cleaning up the garden here this morning, and remember all those roses I showed you? They're all slowly, look, oh my goodness, look how many. They're all slowly starting to open, and it's honestly one of the most beautiful sights in a garden. I know everyone says that, oh, it's, oops, I just got stabbed by the thorns. Everyone's like, oh, you know, it's such a cliche to like roses. Do you know what? Cliches exist for a reason. And look, how could you resist that? Good evening, no, afternoon. I haven't even started work yet, but it's quite late in the day. I start work in 12 minutes. So I just wanted to quickly show you, I have spent the whole day super cleaning the garden and the entire house, the duck coop, and I'll explain why, because I have a little bit of a surprise coming, which I can't just tell you yet, but I will be able to tell you in 2 days. But it was a big reason as to why today I did a massive clean. So I've been in a hurry, have not had time to show you anything. This is my outfit for work today. Happy Monday, by the way. I better get a move on. I just want to go quickly grab something to eat and a cuppa before I start work. But green top, navy pants, navy shoes, silver accessories. I've got my little crescent moon earrings on today with my cross and my blue crystal ring to match my blue navy jeans. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Just quickly, we're going out for dinner and I've had no time to properly vlog. Dinner is served. Pepperoni pizza. Granny and Granddad got ham and pineapple. And we also got, like, it looks like a seafood basket, actually.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yum.
These are called bug skewers.
Bug skewers?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know what kind of meat it is.
Looks like a fish skewer.
Probably hot, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I have 2.5 rows of freshly washed duck eggs. I'm heading off to Teta's this morning and I promised her I'd bring her some eggs. So I've just gone and grabbed all the eggs that were in the fridge and I've made sure I've scrubbed them fresh for her, because sometimes we don't scrub them before we put them in the fridge. They have their own container, so it's fine, but I obviously don't want to gift eggs to someone like that. So they're all freshly washed, looking good. And now I'm just going to let them dry. I'll get on with some of my morning routine before I have to quickly head off to see my grandmother. Can you hear how much it's raining outside? It is officially autumn as of 4 days ago now, and slowly but surely I can feel the weather changing. Tuesday, everyone. It is a bit gloomy this morning, as I've already mentioned. It is raining. It is beautiful, purely and simply because that is a change of weather. And for the last 2 weeks here in Sydney, it has been diabolical heat. So this cool change is very much welcomed. I am aware that if you live in parts of the world like Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, you're probably not going to feel the same way about the rain, and I understand, but as an Australian, it is very much welcomed. I have a couple of updates for you this morning. I am on my way to Teta's to well, basically to have our usual brunch, but also we're just going to go over a few things together for Lent tomorrow. Now, Lent typically starts for the Orthodox and Melkite Catholic community yesterday, so at what we call Ash Monday. But for what I'm noticing anyway, the Roman Catholic community, it starts tomorrow, which is Ash Wednesday, which is what my church is doing, and I'm going along with that, and that's fine. It's just a 2-day difference. It's not really a big deal. And to be fair, in terms of what I'm giving up for Lent, which is sugar, like all sugar, I do that during the week anyway. For the most part, I do that during the week anyway. It's usually only at the weekends that I indulge, which for Lent I will not be doing at all. And on that note, I wanted to discuss, I saw a video the other day that was referencing how for Lent you can both, well, you know, you're supposed to give something up, but you can also take something on. So for example, I'm giving up sweets, but apparently there's this idea where you could use Lent as a goal, if you like, to help you start something. So for example, maybe you want to pray more. Maybe for Lent you're going to make the goal of praying every single day. Or, you know, it could be anything. I saw that it was a lady, she made a video talking about all these different things, and it was all lovely. So that's just one example. It could be anything. It could be, you know, maybe you want to exercise more often. Maybe you want to go out and hike, kind of like, you know, your New Year's resolutions. But I suppose because it's Lent, it will feel anyway like a more achievable goal, because it's a shorter time frame. And perhaps that's the great stepping stone you need. Once you've got that, you know, shorter time frame that feels more achievable, and once you realize you can do it for all of Lent, then who's to say that you can't continue doing, or at least continue trying to do it thereafter. Anyway, I thought that was really nice. The other thing, my air conditioning has come back on in my car. Strange. I honestly don't understand. If there are any mechanics out there by chance watching my channel, please let me know. Watching this vlog anyway, let me know if you have any idea what is happening with my air conditioning. It stops working, it goes on, you know, on holidays for a few days, and then all of a sudden comes back. And sometimes it comes back so quickly that by the time we've taken it to the mechanic, it's come back on again, and the mechanic can't do anything about it because it's working when they're looking at it. Anyway, that's fine. Now, remember yesterday I said there is a surprise coming? Oh, is there a surprise coming? I was only told about this 3 days ago, and so I've done a massive cleanup around the house, and I am now, after I go see Teta today, I'm going to do the grocery run again on a different day. Honestly, I look forward to a week where I completely stick to my routine, as opposed to, you know, constantly moving things around to adjust, but I suppose that's life. But I do have to go do the groceries today instead of tomorrow, because the surprise is happening tomorrow, and so I want to be fully prepared for that then. So I will be heading off to do all of that. This vlog will probably end tomorrow, and then the surprise will restart, like, well, the vlog will restart, I should say, and the surprise will be in there, I'm pretty sure, because tomorrow in the morning, will be heading off to church, and we'll be going to the Ash Wednesday service. So I will be vlogging all of that, and then I think the vlog will be full and I'll have to restart, but I will be sharing this surprise with you. Let's just say, all I'm going to tell you is that my family are going to be so happy. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that it was kept a secret from me for as long as it was. And then when my dad told me a few days ago, my poor dad, I'm one of those people that when I get really happy or really excited, I kind of throw hands. And so I was like, get out! No! Dad, what do you mean? And my dad's like, stop hitting me. Oops, sorry. I'm a bit of a handsy, excited person. Anyway, so I can't wait to share that excitement and that surprise with you all. The last update before I get to Teta, I think I've mentioned that I suffer with, well, aside from the alopecia, I suffer with psoriasis on my scalp at the back here where I'm pointing to now. And it's not a fun experience, because aside from the whole dandruff look all over my shoulders that I've got to constantly be conscious of, it actually hurts. It hurts from this, in the sense that you get very itchy and so you scratch it, but because it's psoriasis, you're opening a wound and you're scratching it and it's bleeding and it hurts. So it's not something I'm really, enjoying, which is an odd thing to say. I don't know why I worded it like that. Nobody's going to enjoy psoriasis, but why I mention it is I've decided to start washing my hair twice a week. Now, hairdressers have always told me, especially with my hair type, not to do that. So I've always washed my hair once a week, or if not once every 7 days, once every 5 days. At the moment, I'm doing it every 3 days. I started doing this 2 weeks ago because, especially in the summer in Australia, with all the exercise I do every morning, the sweat I am presuming is irritating it, and so it's getting worse. And I've obviously over the last year picked up my exercise more than I ever used to, especially if you remember all those hip flex issues I was having, which, by the way, another update, which I don't really know how well I've mentioned to you all, the physio was right. I needed to strengthen those muscles, so all the increased exercise I've been doing of late has removed the problem. I have no more hip flex issues. So that issue of, you know, getting up too quickly, or, you know, opening my legs after being, you know, seated like this, opening them up, straight, has all gone. I am so happy. So all of that considered, I am now washing my hair twice a week, and it's not removing the psoriasis, don't get me wrong, but it's, oh, why did I just skid there? Interesting, the ground is not that wet. That's very unfortunate. Okay, I should mention that to my grandfather. Maybe he needs to check my tires. Anyway, thank God everything's all right. But it's managing the psoriasis better, if that makes sense. Like the cause of it is not being removed, but the management of it is better. So I'm washing it twice a week roughly, so Wednesdays and Sundays pretty much. I'm trying to wash it before church, but sometimes that's not happening, and so I'm doing it when I get back, and then on a Wednesday morning before work. So I'll keep you updated, but at the moment I think that's doing much better. Look, all the duck eggs.
Oh my God.
I washed them all fresh for you this morning.
Thank you, Habibi.
You're welcome. Look how big those ones.
Yes, some of them
Do you
very
believe?
big.
Yeah. Do you believe me that? Oh, why did that one stick? Maybe I put it into the big ones. Believe me, the smaller duck makes, and the little ones, the bigger duck makes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. Brunch time. Actually, I love boiled eggs more than I care to admit.
No oil, nothing, Teta.
Fasting soup, yeah.
Yeah.
What's this? What type of soup is it?
That's lentils.
Oh, lentils. Ah, it
The
looks
one you
different.
like it, but I put little bit of Kamun.
Kamun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because,
yeah. For your belly, your gut. Ah, yeah, good. Thanks, Teta.
I'll make a cup of coffee. I'll join you.
All right, Teta. Bye, Teta. Oh, my horn did not want to go there. Anyway, all right, I'm all finished up with Teta. I can close the window because the air conditioning is working. I'm on my way now to do the groceries, but I just wanted to talk to you about Lent a bit more. So Teta has already started, as I thought. So she started with Ash Monday, like I'm pretty sure both the Orthodox and Melkite Catholic churches do. And I probably should have done the same thing, but it's much of a muchness, really. I'm just going with what my new church is doing, and I'm comfortable with that, so it's all good. So I will most likely be going to my church on Wednesday. Otherwise, my Teta was saying to me maybe we could go together to her church. But the thing is, on Wednesday I'm thinking that I'm going to join someone who wants me to go with them as well. So look, I really don't know yet, but we shall see. I have no idea. And actually, interesting facts about how my Teta does Lent. So my Teta goes really, really traditional. You are meant to be vegetarian for Lent, at least in my culture anyway. That's our custom. So for Lent, we spend that month having no meat, and there are certain things we can't do either. For example, like we don't drink alcohol, we don't go out partying this month, all those sorts of things, right? It's a month of reflection. And my Teta doesn't eat meat, but she also doesn't eat anything dairy or anything cooked. So essentially she goes raw vegan for the month. So I just go vegetarian. Although my doctor does not approve. My doctor doesn't necessarily agree with that because I am so low in iron. But however, anyway, that's another story for another day. I was raised to go vegetarian. Teta going raw vegan is more of a personal choice, but in our church we go vegetarian for the whole month. Anyway, so I don't know. Let me know what you got. What your church does. What do you guys say? I know everyone has slight variations on Lent. For example, in church the other day on the Sunday, they actually said that we only fast on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, which confused me. I've never heard that, especially not in a Catholic church. Now I probably heard him wrong. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he said fasting on Ash Wednesday and fasting on Good Friday and only eating one meal that day as well. That I've never heard. All I've ever heard growing up is you're vegetarian for the entire month of Lent. Other than that, this business of just on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, I've never heard that one. But anyway, who knows? All right, anyway, I better head off to the groceries. Let me know what you guys are doing for Lent. Hopefully I won't be posting this too much after Lent. Lent starts, like I've been saying when I'm recording this, tomorrow is Ash Wednesday, and I don't know, I think by the time you guys see this it will be a week later or a week and a half later. I think it might be on the Friday because the next vlog is the Opera House and then after that should be this. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, let me know what you guys are doing. My plan, I obviously need to have this completely sorted by tonight. My plan is to give up sweets for Lent and to go vegetarian, at the very least to be vegetarian on the Wednesdays and Fridays. But my plan is to be a vegetarian for the month, at least no red meat anyway. That's what I've always done in the past, is I give up red meat and might only have fish. And then in terms of taking something on, what I'm thinking for this Lent is two things. I want to make sure that I read that Lenten program every day. I want to follow each day. I might do that in the morning instead of reading my book. We'll see. Or both. And then the other thing I was thinking of taking on was writing more. But I don't know if that's too much to do at the moment, because I don't want to take on something that I can't commit to and then feel guilty for it. But I am thinking of actively trying to write more. But that's probably, I don't know, maybe I can't do that necessarily this month. I'll have my mind made up by tonight. Anyway, all right, enough ranting about Lent. I'll see you guys either at the grocery store or when I get back home. I'm at the shops. I got my last iced tea with no tea before Lent, and look how nice is that. Actually, they've got Ramadan stuff as well, but look, I'll zoom out. Look at all the Easter stuff that they have. I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, this makes me feel like Christmas again, but for Easter. How nice. Oh my goodness, they have Easter t-shirts, guys. Look how cute these are. Full Easter themed shirts. I'm gonna lose my mind because I'm going to want to do for Easter now what I do for Christmas. All right. So I'm in the bookstore. I won't lie, I'm actually looking for the Outlander books. I want to see if they have them. Oh, how cute is that? For the month of March, seeing as it's St. Patrick's Day this month, they have a whole section dedicated to just the Irish books they have. Oh my gosh, I'm in Kmart and my friend and I want to read books together, and we're thinking of starting this series, but I'm not sure if I should. Hello!
Oh, hello.
What are you two doing here? What are the chances?
Sausage roll.
Oh, is that the only sausage you can get these days?
Well, I'm speaking to a gorgeous.
How cute was that? I ran into my grandparents. I had no idea they were coming to the shops today. Obviously, I've been out all morning with my teta, and so I had no idea what my grandparents were doing. And the next thing is I'm walking by and I just took a quick look, and my first initial response was, oh, that guy looks like my granddad. And then I looked forward again, and then I looked back and I was like, that is my granddad. Anyway, they've just gone out for lunch, which is so cute. I've done all my shopping. I've been actually no, that's a lie. I still have to go to Aldi, but I've done all my shopping for here. And I'm extremely tempted by all the Easter stuff. I just want to decorate the house in the way that I do for Christmas, but I also at the same time don't want to be spending all the money on, you know, getting all this Easter stuff like I have in the past for Christmas. So at the moment I'm trying to tell myself, no, don't do any of that right now. Just, you know, I've already got a little bit of Easter stuff anyway, so I'm just trying to tell myself that it's okay to just have what I've already got. Be frugal, Banner. But I would like to get an Easter tree. If I can find that, that would be great. Oh, it's pouring rain. Oh, and I've got to get out in that and go down to the grocery store. Oh no, that is not good. Okay, whoopsies. Anyway, so if I find an Easter tree, I will get one. Otherwise, I'll just keep using the sticks from the garden like I did last year, which if I do, I will show you. I am back home. Just quickly, this is my outfit. Now, I am wearing the same thing as yesterday, so there is no need to really break it down for you. And I am also in a hurry to go and lesson plan before work starts. So I will see you all later.